Yeah, for me it definitely was. My favorite Marvel film is still the first Iron Man. You know, it's the one that feels like it's breaking through in some way, and it has such an indelible performance that Downey comes in and just owns every minute that he's on screen. It also feels quite adult, and it's messy because it's the first one, you know? So I like that a lot. And it was a similar approach where we're building this thing from the ground up. It's still in the universe, but that's not part of the plot, it's not part of the story. It rests on its own terms, and it's really an internal exploration of this person. So this person is not connected to any of his reality that's happening. That's part of his problem, whether it's Marvel or not, you know? So it really just tries to get into the skin of this guy.
It's absolutely the turn on for me completely. I love, you know, when you first see Iron Man or when I first saw Black Panther, where I don't know the origin story, I don't know all the characters, I get to really be told a new legend. And I felt like I was so happy when we first talked about this that it was disconnected, because it gives us so much more freedom. As an audience member, it's what I want. I want to not know what's going to happen. I don't want to say, oh, this is guys playing Lex Luthor, it's like that guy who played Lex Luthor, and it gives it a little more originality, it gives us a chance.
I mean, I did do a deep dive into the comics, but the thing is, when you look at the comics, you know, that's been around since 1975 and it has changed wildly from time to time. It's the kind of character that every time there's a new writer, they just move their lens onto something that's interesting to them. They add a whole new backstory, they add different powers, they take away certain powers, they give him a new costume. I feel like more than many of the ones that I've seen, he is so mutable. And
there's no consistent villain. It was really a free terrain for us to kind of pick and choose, kind of like the writers do with the comics. We could pick and choose what we like about it. That's too violent, that's not violent enough.
Yeah, and Jeremy Slater and his team of writers, they kind of cracked the structure of the whole thing. You know, they said, all right, we want to go with Stephen Grant, that's our way in, and we're not going to make him a billionaire playboy like a Bruce Wayne clone. We're going to actually turn it on its head. And we inherited that, and then for us, it was the same process of like, okay, well, here's the structure. Now, what do we find the most interesting and the most emotionally compelling? And let's focus it all on that.
The good news is it's possibly both. It lives and breathes on its own merits. It functions as a limited series. And if people are engaged and excited by it, then it could be the origin story of a larger thing.